Do you want to do Squad Blitz, Jay?
Yeah, sure. That is fine
All right.
with me.
All right. All right. All right. What we got here? I actually won last week. I needed that. Got the 2-4. So, world's smallest violin. A little golf clap for Eli. I got to save my season. So we're gonna need one more to get to 3-4 because I can't go to 2-5. That might be curtains for my playoff chances. But Squad Blitz guys, I think we're their featured content creators of the weeks. They're great people over on Squad Blitz. Be a part of that. It's just a different experience. Like we say every week, it's a different fantasy experience. You're not so dependent on one player. It's about units.
Yeah.
Texas A. I always say that about Texas A&M. Like they're one of the best rushing units. Do they have a top back in the country? No, they don't. They don't even have a top 10, top 15 back. So Indiana, same thing. A lot of it's Rourke, the quarterback, and just a collection of running backs, and so that makes them lethal. Army, same thing. You don't have to have an individual who's an elite passer, receiver, anything. So I love this, and I love my lineup this week. I think I'm gonna surprise my compadre over there that I'm facing. I don't know, Pitt, our boy Eli Holstein in the Pitt passing attack. I like that. Jay, I had 4 buys this week. I had to do some 4 of my 8 teams were on buys, so I had to do some mixing and mashing. Had to get rid of a couple teams I feel bad about. Texas A&M had to drop them. Sorry, South Alabama had to drop them. Had to transfer them.
That's rough.
Well, it is. But that's on me for not lining up my teams with the buys. But so we got Louisville. They're about 142 passing yards or points a game, or for the season, 142 passing points. Pitt's about 169. I like both of them coming up this weekend. Notre Dame, yeah. So Pitt's playing Cal, and then Louisville's playing Virginia. So two winnable games. 2 games I think that both passing attacks should maintain what they've been doing. Notre Dame, the rush, mainly the rushing attack. Let's just be honest, is Love, the running back Love, and then Riley Leonard. So if Riley Leonard keeps doing what he's been doing, I think Notre Dame's rushing attack will be just fine. And then my boy Phil Maffa and the Clemson attack, I'm using them over here because their defense isn't as strong as the 2 smaller schools at the end, the G5 schools. So I went with Clemson in the rushing there. And then the last 2 schools were actually my transfers. These were teams that haven't been on my roster at all this year. Coastal Carolina, they're playing your boys at James Madison, JMU. So
that's going to be a high scoring.
Yeah,
it might be a high scoring game.
But they were the best. So for all the teams you could pick up, Coastal Carolina had 126 defensive points, which basically made them the best available defensive team. So I kind of just went with that there. I know it's not a great matchup, especially against Barnett, but we'll play our cards there. And then Eastern Michigan, that big E there. I mean, that's the simplest logo you'll ever see. Maybe I should use that. Maybe I should just have a big E as my logo. Yeah. Eastern Michigan Eagles playing it's a bird matchup. Miami of Ohio and the Hawks. Going up against the Eagles here. Eastern Michigan, they were the second best defensive team available at 124 points, so took them as well. So basically took the best 2 defensive squads off the free agent market and swapped them out with South Alabama and Texas A&M. Texas A&M, I feel South Alabama, I might be able to get back. Donovan, Squad Blitz, a pace side or free? No, it's free. It's free. Look at this. Look, Donovan. Look at this. Jared. Used to be the Hurons. Was it some of that woke stuff? Did they offend somebody with the Hurons? We have a city in South Dakota called Huron. So
yeah,
I don't but Eagle is a good name too. But yeah, so you start from the beginning here. Let's go to Squad Blitz. Boom. There's the app. Right there, baby. Look at that. Okay.
There you go.
Don't look at my horrible record, 2-4. Glory.
Sweet Jesus.
Sweet Jesus. This is kind of the app here. And then we're gonna hit update. and then this is kind of where you could swap out your teams. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you hit that little circle button there, and then you go and select team, and then it's basically your list of options are so it's a total of 8 teams, and you have 2 on the bench, and then you start 6, and then you switch them up, so you'll use like 2 passing, 2 rushing, and 2 defense, and then you'll have 2. In my situation, because I was a fucking idiot, I had 4 buys this week. What? I said 4 buys this week. So I had to do some maneuvering. When I had to do some maneuvering, so I need the point. I'm 2-4, Donovan. I'm 2-4. I had to have the points, and so that you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't care. I don't care at that point. I can't not have 2 teams available to me. So, but Texas A&M could definitely be picked. Jay's a shark. Jay will probably go pick up Texas A&M himself. Yeah, that's right there. Yeah.
Oh. No, so Donovan,
What do you think? What do you think of the team here?
I don't mind it one bit. I mean, dude, I love Pitt. I mean, I watched the North Carolina game and freaking,
Pitt's great.
Desmond was just freaking running all over them.
Desmond Reed is a monster.
I'm like, oh my god, dude, it was freaking nuts, dude. I was just, I mean, North Carolina kind of stayed in it a little bit, but I mean,
Jay, he was
looking
he was
good,
a free
though.
agent. Probably what, the first 3, maybe 4 weeks of the year, Desmond Reed was a free agent. Like, to think that you could have had this guy for nothing, and now he, you can't get him now. I mean, you can't even trade for him now. But like, it's crazy. It's crazy how much he's increased his stock in 5 games.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, he's one of those dual threat kind of running backs. He can catch right out of the backfield, and he can take it right to the house. And like, dude, this guy's quick, nimble, and I mean, he can get through these through the secondary pretty damn quick.
He would be getting more national pub if it wasn't for Ashton Genty.
Oh,
Desmond Reed would be more of a household name than he is, but obviously Genty's, clogging up all the lanes. But what about your team? Do you have any teams that you probably still have to set your team yet? But are there anybody that stands out to you on your roster? You're like, okay, I think this would be a good play at passing. This might be a good play at rushing. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's still kind of there. It's still kind of the same. I didn't get a chance to update it yet, but I mean, I did lose. I mean, I did pick. I don't remember if I did pick up anybody or not, last week or not. But I mean, I did play, San Jose. I think I did. I picked up a different defense. I think I did play USC. They got their asses handed to them. I did play Minnesota. I mean, they kind of helped me out a little bit. And I don't remember who I had for my rushing guys last week and but I know I got a bunch of buys up in here, which is not going to be fun for me because TCU's on bye, Michigan's on bye. I mean, I got Illinois and I got Utah there. Utah's coming off their bye. Maybe I slot Utah up in the rushing game because that's all they got right now. That's all they can do. So I think I might just have to do Utah up in that in my rushing. I think I did drop Arkansas because I had to pick up somebody. So maybe if Arkansas is out there, maybe I have to go and maybe try to pick them up again. Oh, actually, never mind. I do got Arkansas. I was actually looked the wrong thing here, but they're on buys, so I have to try to go pick up somebody else for a rushing team or something along those lines.
Well, you said you need is rushing your biggest need?
Well, yeah, I got Utah. I mean, Minnesota is not really quite. I mean, they're kind of here and there. They're kind of Minnesota's not. They're more of a defensive team, so I'll probably just keep them there. It's more I kind of need to find a rushing team and maybe a pass. Maybe Illinois I can stick in passing, but I mean, if they have to get touchdowns this week, that's the only downfall with that. But I mean, other than that, that's kind of my lineup.
West Virginia is available, and they have almost 172 rushing points. So West Virginia might be an option at
because
there's a lot of buys. Yeah, it's a lot of buys. Arizona State, but they're playing Utah, Florida Atlantic. These are all teams above 157.
Yeah, Florida. Oh, FIU played last night, and yeah, I have to look. I was pretty much trying to do a lot of other stuff, so I'm like, I haven't had a chance to do my Squad Blitz yet. So
I might have found your passing here. Right there. I think Cincinnati.
Oh,
We were just
Cincinnati,
we were
huh?
just talking we were
Mm.
just talking about you said I was shooting bullshit. You said I was saying bullshit. I was coughing up the bullshit. I was trying to help you out. Royer at the tight end, Sorsby the quarterback. Headbang that shit. They're playing UCF. UCF's been a huge disappointment. So
Yeah, they have been.
an
So
expectation.
that might be a good option. I mean, UCF, I was hoping for more of a high hopes from them, and Jefferson has really shit the bed for me. I was kind of I thought maybe he'd be a little bit more air raid, and I really have not seen that. He's been taking way too many sacks, and he's just been looking not really great with the ball. So I'm like,
Can't read a defense. Yeah,
so
I
I
said it. Can't
so
read a
I'm
defense.
so yeah, I'm not quite happy with that guy. So yeah.
So those are our squad blitz teams. And I'm glad Donovan asked that question. Anybody else, that wants to chime in or ask questions about it? The Squad Blitz guys, they'll help you out. We'll help you out.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
they
it's fun
you
as
know,
hell.
Squad Blitz is they're kind of a mom and pop kind of app. They don't have a website yet. I mean, they're kind of um they're still kind of working on the app too. I mean, so I mean they're if you know they're getting insight from like me or Eli. They have a Discord channel. You give them some insights and stuff like that so they can better put the app out there a little bit.
Improve the experience and the product.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, yep. So, I mean, this is their first year doing it, I think, because they it was funny because I posted one of my graphics and I'm like, "Oh, Squad Blitz." I didn't really hear about them. I'm like, "What the hell is Squad Blitz?" And, I ended up messaging, giving them a message, kinda talking to them, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll jump in and try something a little bit different to, Squad Blitz and, try something a little bit different," and it's not a bad experience for, kind of a mom and pop kind of app that, is could be, something that could be grown over the future, So I mean, if you want to get on into it now and kind of be a pioneer of, this app, I mean, why not?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's like I said, different experience from the traditional fantasy. And so we all like to alter our minds a little bit. So we'll we'll leave it at that. You know what? Let's look at